the Behringer Model D and the subsequent 37. Can this be that? It's not a comparison video. I am going to make some bass lines and just go from scratch, and let's see which one takes the cake. Might be an interesting one, yeah? If you're ready for that, that's today's video. Let's go do it right now. Hey, what's up? I'm Analog Kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. Do not hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification button. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Hang around till the end of this video. I'll tell you all about Patreon, I'll tell you all about Discord, and I'll tell you all about the Amsterdam Dance event, which is taking place again. And we're doing two Kitchen Club events, and I'm giving away tickets if you are in Amsterdam. That is. And I really like to thank all those new subscribers because, hey, I see everything growing and going. We're about like 13K subscribers now, so it's going up very fast. I thought to do a video because the theme of late seems to be cool. I love your videos. I don't have all that money to buy that equipment, or I have some equipment, or what should I buy when I start out? There's so many questions. If you are going down the dollars rabbit hole, obviously, it's not easy. There's so many boxes and all the manufacturers are not making it easy because they want to sell, of course. So you're wading through the dollars waters and you're thinking, what do I need? Where do I start? The subsequent 37 is absolute a standard when it comes to melodic techno. I think it's a future classic. I think this is the mini move of our generation. The Model D, however, does similar stuff, and a lot of people debate that they don't really hear the difference between the Moog and the Behringer. I know it's a controversial topic to start. It's a matter of taste most of the time. Obviously, when you have an expensive synthesizer, the build quality, the components used, they are going to be of a higher sort of like grade, obviously, hence making it sometimes sound better or just more durable or just more transient or whatever. So it's an interesting one to see why such a cheap synth as the Behringer Model D can still hold its own against some of the bigger synths. So a question might be, do you really need those expensive synthesizers? In terms of versatility, in terms of what you can do with it, maybe not. But sometimes, you know, simple wins the race. And, you know, if you want to get there quickly, I always say, well, the Model D is a great synth, or the Minlog XD or whatever. I mean, those are different synths. Still though, if it comes to bass sounds and the way I like to just design them, I was contemplating this for a long time, like, okay, so what actually does the trick then? What is the unique selling point for both of these synths? There's a lot of stuff that you can say, but in the end of the day, when you just listen to it in terms of a techno mix and the simplicity of the way that I work, I don't want to make it too complicated, obviously, because why should you? At the end of the day, it's all about dancing on the dance floor, right? So I just wanted to get those two synths together. I've worked with the Model D for about a long period of time, about almost 2-3 years, consistently on my first setup that I had, and then gradually, you know, V6 came into play and a subsequent 37 came into play, so it changed. I will create some sort of a techno beat and then just like play the same notes on both synthesizers, and we'll just like play around and see what happens if we start the sound design a little bit. Yeah, so one oscillator on both synths, similar waveform. It's not, like I said, going to be just like A-B comparison thing. It's just going to be like, does the sound gets close? You ready? Let's go. What have I got? I've got, like, on the Akai MPC Live, I've got a beat, and a beat consists of certain drums, obviously. So this is just a drum beat that I loaded in. It comes with the Akai MPC Live, so it's not some sort of a rocket science. It's easy. So the beats are, it's the CR2 Techno Kit. Would you believe it? So obviously I've created a beat out of that, and what I've done in terms of the outputs is on channel 6 out of my old school Akai MPC Mark I. Track 6 is where I sent the kick separately to track 1 on the mixer, and then tracks the stereo tracks out of the MPC are going to track 2 and 3. So obviously that means that I've got control over my kick drum. So the beat that's playing is this. I have not mapped out everything at the moment. I could have, but I've not done that. course, you can map all the drums out because there are more drums that you can see here with pad mute. I've got more drums here. My open height is not playing at the moment because for the sake of performance, I usually would, take out a kick like so, or take out a kick like so, and then play the hat. So yeah, that's how I set it up. So those are the drums. I'm not going to go really into them. I think they're okay. I think that hat might be a little bit on the enthusiastic side. So let's see, we can use the pad mixer here. Lower it a little bit. So, okay, what I'm going to do is, what I've done, and I'm going to lower those drums. What I have done is, I have initialized a preset on the subsequent 37, which means that I've only got 3 beats on this first sequence here. So 3 tracks, I should say. So track 1 is my beats, everything complete. Usually I will select different tracks with different drums. I'd love to have the same sort of like drum kit or drum program, and then for one track or one song I'll use one drum program, but I will space it out. So track 1 as in the Cubase situation back in the day, track 1 the bass drum, track 2 the clap, track 3 something, you know what I mean? But now all the drums are coming from the same spot because within the MPC it's easy to manipulate what you want to do. So it's easy, so I can tell a track to go to a separate channel, but I can also tell a pad, in this case the pad, to go to a different channel as well. So it's easy. So that's the way I've set it up now, quick, fast and easy, so I don't have to think about it. Now track 2 is the Model D, and the Model D, if I'm going to stop it, double click it and stop it, you can hear. Now, those 2 oscillators are not going to be the same. I told you that it's not a comparison, but I would like to see if I can get a thick, round bass sound out of the Model D that can hold its own against this monster over here, because obviously this sound is different. So an initialized pass means that the waveform on oscillator 1 is going to be that saw wave. So we need to get a saw wave here as well. Let's listen to the subsequent. Rich, right? So we'll go to our Model D. A lot thinner, I would say. So you have to fatten up this sound in order to get like those oscillators work differently, right? So what I will do is also lower this also. So this is my, now the trick that I also do on the Model D to get it thicker is to make that sound. Okay, I need to just like, let's open up this first oscillator because it was a bit soft. So off, 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 off. So the sub oscillator here is off, and oscillator 2 is also off. Model D. There you go. So Model D. Let's play a bass line on both those synths and see if we can get them close, right? Okay. Beats. I'm gonna start with, let's start with the sub, right? Funky. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm gonna go to the Model D and do the same thing. I'm going to have to transpose this one. Both of them. All right, cool. There's some notes that are off, but yeah, this is me being, let's do that again. Something. Okay, let's see if we take out the drums. Kick drum. Just need to be sure that I play the exact same notes, right? Okay, 3, 2, here we go, 2, 3, and. The same on the sub as well. Don't want to fiddle about with changing notes, just play it in, you know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Cool. Go in, delete this, delete this, delete this. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Much later. Okay, cool. We got it. Now we're going to see if we can, when we fatten up the sound, how this is going to compare. Because this and this is a little bit brighter, as you can hear. Still one oscillator on a saw wave. This is going to be saw ramp up. So yeah, right? So this is how probably the closest that I can get it out of the box. But funny enough, listen to envelopes. We're going to start to fiddle about with the envelopes on the subsequent. Then you'll hear there's some sort of a peanut butter and jelly attack on it. It smears it a little bit more. And sometimes you would like to get that really short sound. Taking into account that the envelope generation and the filters are not engaged already, right? So this is just that. For sake of safety, let's save it, because once I stop, it starts things reset. Envelope on the Model D. You hear that? So you can even go very percussive. Now this, I will use noise for that to get a little bit more attack. So I'm going to turn on the white noise here. As you can hear. When I open up the release, you'll really hear it. Now it has to be a song and dance here, because this you don't want. The right razor blades you need. Something like this maybe? Yeah, I'm digging that. Okay, let's do it. Liking that. Now I'm going to add a sub oscillator because I like this sound, but it's a bit on the thinny side, so I would like to have a little bit more character, which means that on oscillator 1, if I open up the sub, you get And the noise here, where you have to open it up considerably on the Model D, here you can go in gradually, you know, you can really hear it. So what I like about the subsequent is that there's more range on what I can do with the sound. So here it's a very rudimentary kind of approach. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, because this gets you to a techno place fast. You know, it's a very hands-on machine. It's just in your face, guns blazing, no problem. This though is if you want to shape your sounds a little bit more, probably going to be the better sort of like option, obviously, but you pay considerably more for this as well. So listen to the noise here. Let's open up the envelope a little bit more. So if I'm taking out the noise, you hear that the initial attack goes a little vup, 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 something more. There you go. I'm not using resonance because with resonance you tend to lose a lot of low end most of the time. Okay, I'm liking this, yeah? Yeah, you can clearly hear that sine in the sub. Cool, I'm liking that. Now I'm going to see if I can mimic that sub oscillator by using another oscillator here that's going to be lower, right, on the Model D. Now I have to mix it a little bit more. So what I'll do is, I'll turn this down, I'll turn the sound up considerably. Let's use this as a sub, right? And turn it down. There you go. Let's use a triangle, as I don't have a sign on here. Add the one. Switch the sound. Subsequent. Model D. Let's lengthen the envelopes. Here as well. More drums. All right, cool. I'm liking it. To level it out a little bit. More bass here now. Ooh. You gotta love this machine, man. It's just unbelievable how round this sound is. Okay. this. Let's lower the sub a little bit. Yep, nice. I can hear that the DM12 is vastly crackling already. It's trying to lose its grip. Okay. Cool, yeah, I'm liking that. Now, I've got one oscillator left here on my subsequent and one oscillator left here. What I will do is go 7 semitones up, maybe. On the last oscillator, let's see what happens, yeah? Open up the filter. More noise. I'm liking it. And to me, it's just puzzling how this can be such a budget machine and this such an expensive machine, but you can still get very close, you know. Having to say there's tuning issues sometimes. The components used in this machine, you can't even start to, you know, to put them on the same sort of like table when you look at the build. Still though, if you're on a tight budget and you need to get that Mogi kind of vibe, you can get close with this, you know what I mean? Obviously, if you're really going to pinpoint and watch everything through, yeah, you know, through the looking glass, it's going to be different, but you know, for now, I think for what I want to do, but when stuff starts to get pretty different, is when you start to just look at the whole character of the sound, where you can choose 6, 12, 18 and 24 poles here, the slope on how the filter reacts. Obviously this is a completely different ball game. Now, enough talk, let's add that oscillator. Seven semitones, that's the magical 7 semitones. I have to say amen to that. And let's change the waveform as well. Waveform is also a saw, but I'm up to go for a square here. As now everything starts to just like do different things. Because listen, when I'm going to filter down, when it's on 1.2 kilohertz, that's how you really hear that the filter's engaged. You hear it on 5, but 5 and 20. This has a bigger impact than this, right? And on a different waveform, you have to go all the way down to 500 hertz in order to really substantially do something. So with the two waveforms, it means you have a different attention span within the filter that this sound is doing. That's what I love about using a frequency filter. So both of those together, it stays more aggressive that way. Entering sub. Nice, okay. Here you hear that the sound, it's not so much thinner, or thinner maybe, but they're spaced apart more. You know, I think that you can clearly visualize how those sounds are less unified than but hey, and the trick is to just like mask and mimic that fact. So if you want to get this sound to go a little bit closer to that sound, can this be that topic for today? I'd say it could but you should not exaggerate everything, just like space everything apart a lot. What I would do is I'll probably stay in this realm, and I've got like the Strymon here, and I've got the digital delay DD7 as well. So if you're gonna open up a little bit of effect, all of a sudden it becomes a different ball game altogether. Let's lower that second oscillator. So how shall I describe it to you? Out of the box, when you play the oscillators, yeah, they get pretty close, they sound close. But if you start to make sounds with them, you soon find that in certain aspects or certain areas of the frequency spectrum, you lack a little bit of, oomph here and there. But it all depends on what you want to make with it. I mean, if you want to go completely crazy and make it very techno, say, this sound I will use. This is just very buttery, very smooth. Everything about it is pleasing to my ears. So I'll probably lower that second oscillator as well, put it on 16. The first one's on 16 with the sub, and have this as a bass. And then just play this thing on top of it and just make maybe a fifth out of it. See what we can do. So now I've tuned the 3 oscillators, right? Different. Put a ramp there as well. Lower it. Oh, there you go. More noise. Short ramp low. With a Mo. Come on, what's not to like here, right? And that's how you can just like layer the sounds completely. So yeah, I probably love something to be a little bit imperfect in this whole perfect sort of like subsequent 37 world. And with this, you need a little bit of smoothness underneath the Model D. Can you work them together? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you can. You know, this is just my way of thinking of how those things could work. And that's what I love. In the dollars realm, to me, it's like anything is possible, really. You can go this way, you can go that way. There's no one set way to do stuff. And that's what I wanted to get into today, really, you know. So for me, it was something that I had on my bucket list for a long time. Can I get those two things that clearly don't live in the same sort of like neighborhood? If you compare prices, can you get them to work together? And I think they can. I mean, I'm liking this. Yeah. I'd like to say welcome to Andrew Grantham and Dwork as my new patrons for this week. They follow me on patreon.com/AnalogKitchen. And somebody said, hey, is your Patreon still active? Well, it is. But Patreon, I think it's a funny platform because the magic in my sort of like community lies within the Discord connection that comes through the patronage that I have set up. Now on Discord, we talk a lot of stuff. And this week, I can tell you all that we do on Discord, obviously talking about travel, talking about gigging, talking about demos, talking about gear. I've got Dr. Danny, who's really like into sound and what it is and how it should sound or how you can compare. So something's going to happen in the future. I spoke to him and he's up for it. So we're still contemplating that. So Danny, peace out. And thanks for being such a help within the community, as well as more people there. So you know, the patrons are a really cool, tight-knit community. After this video, we'll all get together in the Discord chat and we'll talk about this kind of stuff. But my point is, since it's ADE week next week, I'm doing 2 and with I mean we are doing 2 events. And for the Friday night event, I am giving away tickets. If you're in Amsterdam, during the ADE, we're in Escape Deluxe, which is the Escape, obviously, where all the Afrojacks and the Fatten Legrands of this world are doing their EDM, sort of like a USB thing. We're crapping away within the underground realm of that building, set building, within the back door entrance, obviously, climbing up a small ladder, and then all of a sudden we're in the Deluxe, which is like, yeah, small, sort of like 300 capacity room, and that's where we get down. We've got a lot of DJs lined up. Cry is going to be there. Yellow Blind is going to play. Unicode is playing. He is coming from Canada. Circo's playing. He's from the States, so there's a lot of people flying in, and it's going to be absolutely amazing because this, to me, was something that I wanted. You know, can I get a community going with people, and can we at some point fly out, meet? You have to understand this channel started within the COVID situation. So we were all talking about how great it's going to be if eventually we could have done events and where we meet each other. That time is now. And you can be there as well. So just let me know if you want to be there. Just leave a comment or yeah, get in touch. You know, I'm going to give away like 5 times 2 tickets even. So there's 10 tickets up for grabs. Okay, now there is a challenge, and that challenge is absolutely storming on the Discord chat. The challenge for October is this. We make dance music. We love dance music. Dance music, amazing. We love dance music. Dollars dance music, yay. But Dollars dance music is mostly a 4/4 measure, right? Now I've said you can create whatever you want. It has to be Dollars, so you can't make it on a DAW, which is making it a little bit harder, but it can be anything other than a 4/4 groove. So polymeters, polyrhythms, they don't count. The whole beat needs to be either 5/4, even 7/3, I don't care. As long as it's not a 4/4 beat, that is the groove. So that's really going and growing. So that is the challenge. So you want to get into that, you know, let me know and just stay in touch. Don't be a stranger. I guess that is that. You know what I mean? I'm in a location. If you made it this far into the video, you are an absolute superstar. Now, thank you, but I'll get you next week on another video. I'm still contemplating to go live from Amsterdam, but we see how we go. If not, you'll get another video. And look at you now. Peace.